She's wearing is that a cane mask?
AJ, I'll be the first to admit that I'm not exactly one with my feelings. But you've made me feel things that I never thought possible.
It's great.
No, it's not a good thing. And this may come as a shock to you, but I'm not exactly boyfriend material.
That's okay, Kane. I mean, our relationship is unconventional.
I don't do relationships. And even I find you mentally unstable. Goodbye, AJ.
Okay, alright, no, okay. No, it's gonna be okay. Okay, alright, okay, okay. Okay, bring it in. Okay, alright. Okay. It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Okay, just stop crying and everything's... You know what? I sort of dig crazy chicks.
Let's light it up, light it up, light it up, light it till the light. Light it up, like shooting stars in front of light up the sky. Light it up, light it up, light it up, light it up.
Hey guys, it's Chase from BurnoutInc, and tonight I'm going to do a review on the WWE Elite Collection Series 21, AJ Lee. I got mine on ringsidecollectibles.com. She includes a necklace, so not a lot of accessories with this Elite character. That's a little disappointing. And her career highlight so far is that she's been the Raw General Manager. So no Divas title yet. And then it's got a brief backstory on who AJ is, and the little love triangle that she had with Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, and Kane. Personally, I thought her and Kane were a good couple. Yep, other figures in the wave, you have Alberto Del Rio, Ryback. So far, aside from AJ, I want these two figures the most. Randy Orton, who I'm on the fence about because I still have, I think it was the Series 9 Randy Orton, and so far none of the other Ortons that have been released have wanted me to get another one, but I don't have a face Randy Orton. I have the heel version, so I might pick that one up. The Rey Mysterio, I actually am going to get. I think this one is really cool. The last couple of them have just been your basic repaints, same head sculpt, same everything. This one has a new head sculpt, or a new head scan. I like that they have his full like singlet attire, or basically the cutoff shirt that he's wearing instead of the shirtless version. So this one's pretty cool. And the Honky Tonk Man. I was not going to get this figure until I saw the review or the preview video for him on ringsidecollectibles.com with the breakaway guitar and the jumpsuit and everything that he comes with. It's a no-brainer. Yeah, I'm going to definitely pick him up if I can find one. Alright, so let's get Captain Crazy out of her box. Okay, here is Miss AJ outside of the package, and she is tiny. I am so used to, obviously I'm used to the male wrestlers because, you know, they're normally just bigger because they're guys. But here she is next to the Series 20 Santino, and it looks to be in scale. I mean, he's not the biggest dude in the world, but, you know, the Divas are appropriately sized to be smaller than the male wrestlers, so that's cool that they actually go into the scaling and stuff like that, because I remember a lot of the Jax Divas characters, a lot of times they were the same height as the male wrestlers. So yeah, this was the first actual Divas wrestler that I've owned from Mattel, and I like it. I like it a lot. It's got about the same amount of articulation from what I can see that the male wrestlers have. Instead of having an ab crunch, though, they have a rocker up there. So that's interesting. Okay, so let's get a closer look at AJ. Overall, though, I think the face sculpt was a little bit better on the basic AJ Lee figure than on the Elite one. I do like that they were going for that, like, little coy smile that she does when she's trying to get men to do what she wants and play with their heartstrings or whatever. You know, I think that's cool, and she does kind of have the crazy eyes going on. So, you know, that's cool. I like the hair, though. I think the hair turned out better on this one than on the basic one. It's a lot darker, it's more flat, and it allows for some good articulation. The necklace is her only accessory, which I don't even get why they bothered pointing that out, because it's not like you want to put this on another character. It's kind of like a Flash necklace. She's got like a little lightning bolt on there, and I know she's a bit of a comic book nerd and a video game nerd, so I'd have to say, yeah, that's supposed to be the Flash. So if you want to correct me, or if it's something else, go right ahead. She's got some black wrist tape with black fingernail polish. That's pretty cool. And she's got green and white little wristbands. Her entrance attire is really, really cool, and it's really detailed. It's the black, green, and white punk rock kind of plaid. And then she's got her little skull and crossbone patterns right there with the little bow on them, the little girly punk rock skulls. Those are cool. And the paint on it is actually really clean. And I guess there's a couple little blemishes in there, but for the most part it's not noticeable and it's super clean. And man, she is freaking ripped. God. It's like they She-Hulked her a little bit, but you know, looking on the box, it does, muscle tone does match up pretty well. See, and her knee pads have the same amount of detail that are on her trunks, and then she's got her little shoes here, or actually not little shoes, they're pretty long. This was actually one of my favorite aspects of her wrestling attire. I loved her boots. They were very cool, the black and white with the little straps on here, you know, something you'd find at like Hot Topic or whatever. Not that I'm endorsing Hot Topic, but I just think her shoes are really cool. So yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot more I can go into. Little blemishes here and there. There's some black on her thighs. That must have just rubbed off from the knee pads or the boots, maybe. I don't mean to keep copying a feel on her. I'm used to reviewing the male wrestlers, so I'm always just like, oh, I'm gonna put my hands there. Here I am groping a freaking toy on YouTube. That's awesome. So, but yeah, all the other detail is just really clean. Nothing else I can tell is wrong with it. Got some nice curves where it's going. Hey-o. Let's see. Articulation-wise, I'll try not to copy a feel again. Her head could go 360. It wasn't for the hair, and I don't want to ruin it, but it's got a nice range of motion. Can bob up and down a little bit. She's got that ab rocker thing, too, which I think a couple of the male wrestlers have. Yokozuna and Brodus Clay have that, and it looks like the Divas have it just so that they don't mess up the sculpt on their abdomen. Arms can go all the way around. She's got upper bicep swivel. She can bend at the elbow. She's got wrist articulation. Not the same as the males though, because the males can go in and out. Hers can just rotate 360. See, her legs can go out and to the side. So she does have kind of the same like T-joint that the male wrestlers have. It just doesn't seem to bend outwards very far. Like I can't really get her to do like a full splits. So that's okay. And then she has an upper hip swivel. And from what I can tell, that's a single bend. Okay, well, she does have knee articulation. I can't really tell if it's a single bend or if it's double jointed. I want to say it's just a single bend though, because a lot of the other wrestlers, at least the WWE, the male wrestlers that I've reviewed, the elite ones have double jointed knees. So I don't know if all of the divas do. So I'm going to go ahead and just say this is a single. If I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. Her boots can rotate 360 at the upper calf, and they can go in and out very well. And surprise, this is one of the first WWE wrestlers that I have purchased in a long time where both of the ankle pivots, or you know, right here, actually work. A lot of the other ones are super ridiculously stiff, and it feels like I'm going to break them if I move them, so hooray for that. They just don't have any sort of ankle rock to them, but that's okay. Overall, I'm going to give this AJ Lee figure an 8.5 out of 10. Now, this being one of the first Divas figures that I purchased, The articulation is a little bit different than what I'm used to. There were no double jointed knees, the T-joints in her legs didn't seem to go out as far, and I'm not totally used to the upper torso rocker thing that she's got going on. I would have preferred an actual ab crunch instead of that. And again, the fact that her joints and the hips don't seem to go as far out as the males did, like, I couldn't even get her to do like a full splits, and yet here's Santino Marella doing his best Melina impression. And I can duplicate that with AJ. Or, you know, she'd only go yay far. And I just thought that was weird that one of the divas couldn't be as flexible as one of the male wrestlers. That's just a little weird to me. A couple paint blemishes here and there in her hips, and especially around that, you know, knee pad and stuff like that, drove my score down just a little bit. The other thing too that drove it down, and this is just a personal opinion, I don't see why this one had to be an elite. Because with the elites, and this was also a complaint I was going to have when I got my hands on the Miss Elizabeth one, they don't come with anything. Like with the male wrestlers, it seems like they have more to them. Like Chris Jericho had his gimmick with the light-up jacket, Kane had his mask and better articulation than the basic one. To me, adding stuff to it, like the Money in the Bank John Cena from Elite 20, where he had the ladder and the briefcase and all that extra stuff with him, all that to me measures up to what an elite should be. Just highly detailed, lots of articulation, and at least one or two accessories to, you know, add to your collection. With these diva ones, at least the last two, Elizabeth and AJ, they just seem to be like they're making them, and they're making them in such small quantities that they're kind of becoming the one where it's like, oh, okay, well, there's not a whole lot to them, but I gotta get it because they're in such small supply or whatever, or they're going to be popular. And again, I'm just basically spitballing here on that. Now, the things I really do like about this figure, I think the head scan is nice. I do like it. The head, or her hair looks really, really cool. I do like the necklace because it is with the lightning bolt, reminds me of the Flash, and she is a comic book nerd, just like me. I like her attire. It's very cool, you know, emo, hipster, punkish, nerdy type stuff with the skulls and the green and black and white plaid. I think that came out nice. Her little wristbands look cool. The wrist tape and the fingernails came out really clean. And her boots are awesome. Those are cool. Probably the best I've ever seen on a Diva character, at least the most unique looking I've seen on a Diva character. Or Diva wrestler, sorry. But yeah, you know, that's just my one complaint, is if you're going to make an elite figure, and you're going to make it, you know, a diva, that easily could have been a basic figure, you should go out of your way to include other stuff with it to make it more valuable to the buyer. Like, you know, she was the Raw General Manager. That was in the highlights. Have her be, you know, in wrestler form, but maybe also include, say, oh, I don't know, like a GM jacket with like a removable GM suit, whether they be pants or a mini skirt or little shorts or something like that. Something to where it just makes this figure much more valuable to the buyer. That's all I have to say, is just, if you're going to make an elite wrestler, make it more valuable to the buyer. Alright, so this was Chase from Burnout Inc. AJ is an 8.5 out of 10. She's still a definite must-buy, and I will see you guys next time.